Welcome to another Cardano update. Like always, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. And let's look at the 4-hour first. As you can see, we are getting a bounce right now, and I think it's pretty funny because each time we get a bounce and each time the price goes up, I am apparently the best crypto YouTuber in the world, but each time we go down, I am the worst, at least according to the comment section. And yeah, I think that's just funny. And other than that, let's take a look at what's happening. So we are still below the 200-day moving average. We got rejected by the 200-day moving average over here, and that led to new lows. So what we need to do right now is get above it and then break above these highs at 73.8 cents to confirm that something more bullish is going on. Obviously, only breaking above this is not going to be enough. We still need to get above this right here, which is at 79 cents, and then this high at 81 cents, and then the B wave high at 86 or 85.6 cents. And well, to do that right now, what we need to do first is actually test the moving average on the 4-hour RSI. As you can see, we actually managed to get above it, which is good. We have not been above it since we were up here, but if you look at what happened over here, when we tried testing it, we dropped below it and that gave us new lows, but this time we cannot afford to drop below it, meaning that we need to get a bounce off of it and that could give us a pump. That's what I'm looking for right now, and if that does not happen, and if we actually drop below it again, that could give us new lows, and support for that right now is between 67.4 cents and 66.3 cents. So if we drop below the 618 support level over here, the chart might turn bearish, at least for the short term. So that's pretty much all you need to know about the 4-hour, and we're still tracking a fifth wave to the upside over here. I read some comments yesterday asking me if this cannot be some kind of maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 setup, and maybe we're already in a much bigger 1, 2 setup in the ABC. Well, I cannot really count 5 waves up right here, and I can barely count a 5-wave move up for the third wave, so I don't think that's the case. I think we're still gonna get another high, but I mean, it doesn't really matter if this is a 1, 2, 3, 4 or a 1, 2, because we will find out which one it is once we actually start going up. So if we get, let's say, above $1.14, then this right here is most likely a 1-2 setup. If we get rejected in this area, then this is most likely still a fifth wave. Now, speaking of the fifth wave right here, I had to change the target for it yet again because the fourth wave went lower. And right now, a good target for the next high would be at around 99.8 cents, or you could just say $1. So that's where the fifth wave needs to go, and it needs to go up in 5 waves, meaning we need something like this. And maybe right now we are already working on a first wave, I don't know. But other than that, let's go on the daily, and well, the daily is actually looking pretty good because right here, as you can see, we're about to close a green wick, and this, I mean, so far looks like a perfect support and a perfect bounce off the bull market support band, so the price could start reversing, and if it did, I mean, it would look pretty perfect to me, and I don't think ADA has done this in a very long time, so the fact that we tested the bull market support band and right now we are bouncing off of it, I mean, that's pretty good, at least in my opinion. So what we need to do is get to the moving average on the daily, and maybe by the time we get there, ADA will already be at $1, and if that's the case, it would be the perfect time to get rejected, go down into an ABC on the price chart, and well, the RSI could get to the oversold territory, and that could be good because the last time we got to the oversold territory was down here. On the weekly, it's actually looking even better than on the daily because we're about to close a wick that looks like this, and if we close it exactly like this, it's gonna mean that on the RSI right here, we will close above the moving average, which is a very good sign because each time something like this happens, we get a very nice bounce, and next week could actually be pretty bullish and we could get above $1 if that's the case. Now let me talk about Ethereum as well, and let's go on the 4-hour for this. So Ethereum got to the 0.236 support level for the fourth wave move down. I think this is an ABC structure, so it should be in. Of course, we could go lower, and if we do, there are other support levels on the chart. However, on this chart there's something extremely bullish that just happened. We just got oversold on the 4-hour, and the last time we got to the oversold territory on the Ethereum chart on the 4-hour chart was down here when Ethereum was at $2,100, and as you can see, after that we actually had a very good bounce, and I think it's possible we do the exact same thing again. Also before that, before this pump, look at what happened when we got to the oversold territory exactly right here. We were at $1,400 and then we bounced, so I think this is actually a very good sign, and it could be a bottom indicator for all I know, but of course we could go a bit lower. But so far, if you look at the RSI, as you can see, we broke above the moving average right there on the 4-hour, and we have not done this ever since we started going down right here. So to me this looks like a good time to start going up, but maybe I'm gonna be wrong about that. And well, if you look at the Bitcoin dominance chart, I mean, this shows us that maybe we're actually in a bullish market. So first of all, it seems like Bitcoin dominance is getting rejected by the 200-day moving average yet again. Second of all, we are below the moving average on the 4-hour RSI, which is a good sign because we have not been below it since right here. I mean, this could also be very good because we got to the overbought territory on the 4-hour, and the last time we did that was right here when Bitcoin dominance was at cycle highs. The fact that we got to the overbought territory again right now could be a very bullish indicator because look at what happened in May as well. We got to the overbought territory and then we went down, so it could be a good sign, and for all I know, maybe we're about to test the support level right here again. If we do, hopefully we break below it this time. It's currently at 60.3%. And this is what we're watching, and honestly, it would make sense if we did get rejected by the 200-day moving average right now, because as I mentioned already, Ethereum is oversold on the 4-hour, and the altcoins are oversold as well. So if we do get a bounce, and if Bitcoin dominance starts breaking down, let me actually show you what it could look like. And well, first of all, I think if we manage to break below 60.3%, then the next support level would be right here at the 0.236, and that's at 57%. So if we start the move right now, let's say we're gonna drop from 62% all the way down to like 57%, that is a 4% drop. If and when this happens, then Cardano will be able to get a bounce off the bull market support band, form another high, and then if we look back to the Bitcoin dominance chart, maybe we're gonna find support at this level, which could give us a bounce to the 0.618 again, and maybe we get rejected right there. But during this time, when we get this bounce, ADA and the other altcoins can get their ABC down, and then going back to the Bitcoin dominance chart, after we get rejected by this level right here at 60.3%, that's when Bitcoin dominance finally breaks down, and that's when we finally get the altcoin season that everybody has been waiting for. I don't know if that's gonna play out exactly like this. Obviously, I cannot tell the future, and I don't know why I keep swapping between the charts, but if you look at what happened in the previous cycle over here, first Bitcoin dominance went down like 13%. During this time, if you look at what happened on the bull market support band, we had a cross and then we dropped below the bull market support band and 1-day moving average. During this time, when Bitcoin dominance was going down, we were below the moving average on the RSI the entire time. Then we finally broke back above it, and as you can see, we kept testing it over and over again. But even though we got above it, we did not manage to get a bounce because the Bitcoin dominance chart was not able to get back above the 200-day moving average, and that led to this big move to the downside, which was the altcoin season. And if you look at what's happening right now, it's pretty much the exact same thing if you were to ask me. So right here, Bitcoin dominance went down. During this time on the daily RSI, we were below the moving average the entire time. Right now, we finally broke back above it, and I think we're gonna retest it at some point, and maybe we are exactly where we were over here, just because the structure seems to be the exact same. So the next step right now would be to get rejected by the 200-day moving average, like we did over there, and then after that, it would be nice to break below the moving average on the daily on the RSI, and that could, give us this move over here. Obviously, this is just speculation. I don't know if that's going to play out or not, but that's my idea, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did, make sure to check out our YouTube memberships and our Patreon if you want access to all of our charts, and if you want access to our daily Discord updates. Like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.